Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Virgo for the new moon in Leo. Now, new moons are always a great time for bringing in fresh energy, getting a new start, but this new moon in Leo in particular is the perfect time to create independence, build some confidence, and also, more importantly, take initiative. So if there's something that you've wanted to initiate in your life, this is the perfect period of time for this. Let's go ahead and let's see what's coming forward for you here on this July 24th, new moon in Leo. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Virgo. So yes, this new moon in Leo is on July 24th. Just keep in mind that you'll feel the energies of this new moon most strongly during the 24th, as well as 5 days before and 5 days after. The other thing is that, if you do like new moon intention setting, or whatever intentions that you're setting here on new moons, these intentions and these energies could take like up to 6 months to play out. This is pretty widely known or talked about. So just keep that in mind. But I thought it would be good to take a look at what's happening around the new moon for you here, as this is a new moon that I think is very exciting. So, all right, excuse me, let's go ahead and dive into this reading here. Now, energy in the bottom, very nice. You have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands, this can really say that some of you, maybe prior to this reading, you've gone through some challenge here, or actually it's showing up here. With the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands person has triumphed over the difficulty, over the challenge of the Five of Wands, and they're now getting a victory, right? And they're being paraded through the crowd here, as you can see. And so this is typically speaking of some type of good success or victory in one's life. The other thing with this Six of Wands is, this, for me, it indicates being in front of groups of people. So I like to associate this with social media as well. So some of you may be looking at, some of you may have a social media theme here as well that may be coming on. It's one of my social media cards. But I don't know if that's really resonating with this. You do have communication coming in here, so this could you could be made aware of this situation through a social media post or something along those lines. But always good to see a victory here on the bottom of the deck. So let's try to see what this might be around here for you. Okay, so taking a look here, you have quite a bit of fire energy. You actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 Wands cards. You have some Cups cards. But overall, this looks very good just at quick glance. In the middle, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, it can represent some sort of like overwhelming feeling that you have, primarily because there are a lot of choices available, which is actually a good problem to have. The Seven of Cups, it can indicate that you have optionality. Okay, you have a lot of options, you have a lot of choices, and this is typically a good thing, in life, to have a lot of options. And it's possible here that some of you are building momentum. Some of you are building on some confidence here with maybe a victory or a small victory, a big win or a small win, depending on where you are. And you're taking that confidence that you're building and you're rolling it into an option here, right? And you have some options available to you. Now, when the Seven of Cups comes forward, it may mean that you're a little confused. Like, if I go with this choice, I'll lose out on this potential, or X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So it can ask you to try to put your mind at rest, and put your mind at rest, and also like use that as an opportunity to really authentically align with the choice that you may have to make here. Another thing about this new moon in Leo is it's asking us to look at what we are authentically aligned to, and to be as authentic as possible during this period of time. So, this is something that I think is showing up as it relates to a choice. A number of people have been getting the Seven of Cups during this time, Virgo. So, let's go ahead and let's move into the first column here. You have the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Cups showing up in the first column. Okay, So the Hierophant, it can indicate tradition. It can indicate our elders. It can indicate marriage. It also may talk about wisdom, right? Like even like spirituality as well can sometimes come up with the Hierophant. It may be more formal, like religions, that type of spirituality, but it can even talk about big groups and organizations, such as the place that you work or the place that like a group that you belong to. These sorts of things can show up. It's also Taurus energy when you get the Hierophant, and it's the energy of tradition, if I haven't already said that. So it's possible here. I have a feeling that actually some of you are looking to break free from tradition, okay? Uh, and the reason being is you have this diagonal here. But this is a little bit of little confusing. The Knight of Wands, in some respects, would be like the opposite of the Hierophant in some way. So the thing is, you have this diagonal here. I think some of you have a traditional way of that you've always done something. Okay, you may have always done something the same way, or you may have some traditional views um, on something, and you may also be very interested in doing something completely different. Like there may be like a foreign concept that you have that you're very interested in taking a look at or investigating. There may also be a love interest that is not your usual type, right? As well as you have this Knight of Wands. I'm going to talk about the Knight of Wands a lot more because it can indicate foreign lands, foreign concepts, ideas, places, things like that. But the thing is, you have the Seven of Cups in between, right? So the Seven of Cups, it can indicate like a little overwhelming. And it seems like some of you have this victory here that you're looking to build on, but there's also something more for you, Virgo. Okay, it feels like there's something more here that you're very interested in experiencing or exploring. Okay, you then have the Five of Wands. Thing is, I like the Five of Wands with the Six of Wands because Five of Wands, it is a conflict, but to me it would suggest that you will have a victory over this. Okay, you will triumph, so to speak, over any sort of challenge that is showing up here. I also want to point out, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you have two more. You have a 5, another 5, and another 6. So when I see something like this, now this isn't a straight line, right? But we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? It's not in a straight line, but the point is that there's a significant progression of events or situations that are happening for you during this period of time. And I like this. You have the Three of Cups with it. You can see here, this is a card of celebration. This is a card of joy, happiness, good times with others. The Three of Cups may indicate that you're meeting up with your social circle, you're meeting up with your friends, you're maybe going to a party or something like a family gathering or something like this here. Certainly could be the case as you have the Hierophant. Hierophant can indicate your elders, your family as well in some respects. But there's something here that like you're doing and it's really fun. It's exciting. It's an opportunity to let loose or celebrate or enjoy yourself a little bit here. It can indicate your social circle, your friend groups, your alliances in some way. In the middle, you have the King of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Okay. Some of you are waiting for the right time. Okay, some of you are waiting for the right time to do something. Here is what's coming in with this Four of Cups. Yeah, some of you are waiting for the right time. All right, the thing I don't like about the Four of Cups, it can indicate maybe like avoidant tendencies because this person has a beautiful opportunity that the universe wants to give them, but they're not taking advantage of it. They're avoiding it, right? This can also be just generally about boredom as well in one's life. And it's sort of like, excuse me, how like it's good to have rest, right? But like there's like a point where the rest goes beyond a certain point and you're no longer resting, right? And this is sort of like the Four of Cups. You know what I mean? So it almost feels like you're waiting for the right opportunity or you're waiting for the right moment. And the Seven of Cups says, well, you have options. You have optionality. You have choices. You have decisions to make here. And with that, you have the King of Swords, which this is somebody who will act decisively. This is somebody who will strike while the iron is hot, so to speak, and make an authoritative, decisive decision. So I think maybe there's an option for you to do this here. I always like to say, with this Four of Cups, just be careful of getting like too complacent where you miss out on opportunities, because you have a whole lot of them here with the Seven of Cups. So if there's an opportunity here in the around this new moon, just remember that sometimes the wrong train takes you to the right station, right? Sometimes it's better to try something and fail than to do nothing at all, right? So keep that in mind around this period of time for you here, Virgo. In the final column, you have the Six of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. All right, so the Six of Swords is a card, it's been coming in for a lot of people. It says that you can take all of the experiences that you've had up to this point, and you can use those experiences to help you phase into something else in your life, or phase into something new. In other words, transition into something new. Okay, Six of Swords may say something's phasing out. Okay, it's behind you. And you can learn from everything you have to make this transition, or maybe even on a deeper level, the Six of Swords may say that you are going through a rite of passage. You also may be navigating something at this time, as you see the family in the boat. They are navigating maybe new shores or new waters here as they go somewhere else. But each sword is their experience. Each sword represents their experiences, which is why I'm saying, like, you can take everything you've learned up to this point to get you to where you want to go next. Okay, and I think some of you are navigating a choice. This is very clear here with that Seven of Cups in the middle. But here's the deal. It starts to turn around for you here as you have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So this is good energy, okay? The Page of Wands, it represents an offer or opportunity that you're very, very excited about. It can even indicate a job opportunity. This is the card I like to see for job opportunities, because Wands is usually the career suit in the tarot. It may mean that some of you are in the process of transitioning to a new job right now. You may be accepting an offer, you may have already accepted an offer, or you may be in the interview stage. But yeah, this is good. Now, some of you may have opportunities to travel or do something different, by the way, completely here at this time, as you have the Knight of Wands. Some of you may be moving with the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands as well. But there's a nice, exciting offer around this situation. And maybe with that Seven of Cups, you may have multiple offers in jobs, You may have multiple job offers. You may have multiple like rental opportunities, or you may have multiple opportunities. Like maybe you're on the market to buy a house. Like you may be like, okay, I see this one's good, this one's good, this one has this one has that. Like there may be like a ton of choices here, okay? And I almost feel like this is a good problem to have. But the Knight of Wands, as I said, it can indicate foreign lands, foreign places, foreign concepts, foreign ideas. This person's living an epic life. They do something interesting, right? And so for that reason, this is a jack of all trades. They're skilled in multiple things, but you have this here with this, in this diagonal of the Hierophant, confusion here of the Seven of Cups, maybe something different, okay? So I think that there's also that timeline that's playing out here. And yeah, let's see what else we have here for you, Virgo. Yes, Virgo. All right. I'm going to move into the clarifications portion of this reading. We'll see what's showing up for you. Sorry if I called you Taurus. This is the Virgo reading, okay? So, energy on the bottom, you have Raziel. The inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper, okay? All right, so maybe to help you through this period of confusion here, you can kind of like see what your intuition is trying to tell you. You have Jophiel, trust the unfolding. There's no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. I do believe that there is no wrong path, okay? In that, well, maybe the path was wrong, but the path eventually takes you to the right path. Okay, I believe that. Okay, maybe some people have a hard time with that, but I found that to be true. You have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. Okay, this card's been coming in a lot more since this is now the second time I'm using this deck. You now have Raphael, clarity of vision, be willing to see things differently to initiate healing and experience wholeness. Now, the key word here is initiate. This idea of initiation, taking initiative, initiating something. This word is important during this new moon. You then have Jeremiel, personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. There's an opportunity for inner growth. I love that message. Okay, I'm a huge fan of taking personal responsibility because I think that's how we get really strong, in this lifetime. You then have Gabriel, divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and gifts. Okay, so maybe it is this idea of you wrestling with, okay, I want to do something different. I've always done it traditionally this way. Now maybe you're a little bit afraid to do something different here. All right, let's see what else we have. Let's take a look at the tarot clarifications. Now, Virgo, as always, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right. Let's see what we have. We have the King of Wands, amazing, the World, and the Knight of Cups. So, Page, Knight, King of Wands, right? So we're just missing the Queen of Wands, but you've got a ton of fire energy here. Okay, a ton of fire energy here. And this is perfect for the astrology that's going on right now. Again, the King of Wands falling on the Hierophant, to me, is a double confirmation, okay, that there is something unique, something different, something creative that you feel inspired to do, and it's totally different than the norm for you, okay, here. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur of the tarot. Some of you, maybe you are within a company, but you're doing something within the company you work for, and it's totally different. Or some of you are breaking away from that, and you're becoming an entrepreneur. You're doing something totally different, right? Totally different. You're taking the skills that you've learned, the talent that you have, and building a business around it. This could certainly be the case. Now, here's the good news for you, Virgo. Whatever, challenge, whatever, conflict, argumentation that you've sort of been in here with that Five of Wands, that is over. Okay, that is over at some point here with the World. The World's completion, its certainty, its success. Okay, so any battle that you've had here, that's going to be behind you, okay, with the World. I feel pretty strongly about that. Now it's the inner battle for you with the Seven of Cups. Okay, you're looking at the battle within here. You have the Knight of Cups, which I like. Some of you may actually have an opportunity to meet somebody. If you're here for love and you're still watching, you may have an opportunity to meet somebody through a friend of a friend, okay, or through a social outing or a social group. You have the Hermit. There it is. There's your card, Virgo. The Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Okay. The Hermit is a card of soul searching. It's your energy. I'm sure many people that are watching this, you're Virgo, you can probably relate to this, to this Hermit card, is that sometimes you like to have your own time. Like, you like your space, right? You like your space, you like your own time, you like your independence. Sometimes you want to just recharge away from others, right? That's the idea of the Hermit. And maybe you need a little bit of space to think. Maybe you need a little bit of space to think right now with the Hermit and the King of Swords. And to kind of put everything on the table, look at it line by line, dissect it, analyze it, all these things that you're very good at doing with the Hermit, and find the right answer. And I would encourage you, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you have people in your ear, which you might, 2 threes here, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, telling you what to do. Some of you may want to just take a moment. Take a moment, take some time on your own, find the right answer that's authentic to you, it's authentically aligned with you, and go from there. This may be a good option for you, okay? Three of Pentacles, yeah, there's confusion here around what's going on at work, You have created a situation for yourself where you have tons of options. You have optionality. You're in a strong spot, okay? You're in a strong spot here. Nine of Wands, it can indicate this idea that you want to make sure that you do not give up. You do not give up at this time, because some of you are a little bit weary. You're a little bit tired, battle-tested, worn out, you know? You've gone through something here. And maybe this is why the Four of Cups is there too, you know? With the Nine of Wands and the Four of Cups. And it's like you're just kind of ready for something new. But the thing is, the Nine of Wands, persevere, you know, continue forward. That's the idea of the Nine of Wands. Don't give up. Don't give up at this time. Okay, I like that for you. You have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords, and you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, here it is again. Seven of Cups. Very clear. I would say, I'm almost thinking that some of you here, you're listening to the opinions of others, which is not always a bad thing, right? Like, especially if you trust these people. But this is a situation where only you can decide. Only you can decide on this situation here, you know? So, where will you go? You know, the answer is kind of up in the air. It's to be determined based on this reading. There are too many things here in this reading where it's like the fact that we got the Seven of Cups here again in the final column. You know, I think taking time to really dissect, analyze, and look at all of these options, all of these choices is the right advice based on this reading. Like I do, I think that. So for you, it's you want to go somewhere else, or you want to do something else, you want to change. So yeah, but it feels like maybe a little scary here, or a little confusing. Again, the Six of Swords, you have it again. So many people have been getting it with the Page of Wands. You have an opportunity to go navigate something else, completely change with the Six of Swords. Go to a new place, sail to a new place, make a transition, phase something out, phase something in. Here it is. You have this here now in a big way with the double Six of Swords. And I will say the Ten of Pentacles, the 10 in the tarot is a completion, right? Tens in the tarot represent completion. So you could be absolutely making a decision here, okay? Ten of Pentacles is good. And maybe the part of this is a like your own, like if you have your own family, right? Like you have your children or, you know, significant other, whatever the case may be. Like maybe this is partially a family decision, you know? And also maybe there's an element of money here as well that's really tied into this, that's playing a big factor. On the bottom, you have the Queen of Cups. Look, trust your gut, okay? I almost called you Hermit. Virgo, the Hermit is the Virgo card. Trust your gut, Virgo, okay? Really, really, really trust your gut. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the Kipper energies for you. And see what we have coming forward here. All right. You have poverty, child, message, despair, imprisonment, and thoughts. Yeah, there's maybe a family situation here that's tied into this, you know? Like this may be a family decision, something along these lines. Okay, you feel trapped. This imprisonment card is the Seven of Cups. You feel trapped because you're just overwhelmed, right? Confused. Not sure what to do, not sure how to get out of this choice. And here it is, okay? This is interesting because, yeah, you're making a change. Okay, there's an opportunity if you don't have... You see here on the Despair card 32, it says not hiring in the background. You want to see the Page of Wands with this card because the Page of Wands is a nice potential opportunity, and then occupation's there as well, okay? So I like this. Yeah, there's a change in the job, for sure, for sure. Especially with the message card, you're getting that with the Page of Wands. The poverty card here, here's the deal. New moons, regardless of the new moon, any new moon, from here on out, it's very important that you, as much as possible, have thoughts of abundance during new moons. Okay, let go of thoughts of scarcity. Because new moons are potent times, energetically, to create an intention and manifest something. So it's very important during these periods of times that you try to stay as abundant in your thinking as possible. Virgo, this is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.